Hello and good morning to all of you. This is my first clip, and I really wanted to teach you in the classroom, but unfortunately, this is not possible at the present scenario. You know what is the condition of the nation, and what is the condition, in all the cities. So it's not possible to teach in the classroom, and that's why I'm just trying to give it with the help of some audio clips. I hope you'll like them, right? I know that you all are net qualified people, and I have no doubts about your capabilities and about your intelligence. But as a teacher, I feel that I have to simplify each and everything. So I'll be dealing with different literary theories, and I'll try my best to simplify them so that you can understand them in an easy way. So I'll begin with, you know, what should I say? I mean, not from the ABC, but from the very beginning. And, let us begin with the very definition of literature, right? I'll not go into the detail. See, great literature is simply language charged with meaning to the utmost degree. It simply means that the moment you charge language with meaning, it becomes a piece of literature. And great literature is for all the ages, right? Now, what is the difference between day to day language and literary language? And what turns the day to day language into literary language? I'll not talk about it today. I'll be talking about it later while teaching formalism to you people, right? So let us talk about some very basic things today. So great literature is simply language charged with meaning to the utmost degree, and it is for all the ages. You cannot confine it to one age or one society. Fine. Now to me, literature is like an intoxicant. I mean, you can define literature in different ways. You have complete freedom because in literature we have absolute freedom, and that is the basic difference between literature and science. See, in science, if you say that if you mix hydrogen with oxygen in certain ratio, the result will be water. So this is a kind of fact, or this is a kind of answer which cannot be challenged by anyone in this universe, right? If you mix hydrogen with oxygen, the result will be water. And this fact cannot be challenged, you know, on this planet because science is based on facts. But if you talk about literature, it is based on interpretations. And interpretations vary from person to person. How? See, if I ask you to write 10 lines on Hamlet the play, I think your lines cannot be identical. Why? Because you all think differently. Some of you can feel that Hamlet is a victim of Oedipus complex, but some people cannot believe in this theory, right? Some of you can feel that there is really a kind of delay from the side of Hamlet, delay in taking the revenge of his father's murder. But I can feel that there is no delay from the side of Hamlet. If there is any delay, that is from the side of the author, and that is William Shakespeare. Right? So in literature, we have complete liberty. And that's why I'm saying that literature is based on interpretations, and interpretations vary from person to person. Right? So I feel that Uh, Literature is like an intoxicant. I mean, the moment you read a good piece of literature, it works like an intoxicant. It simply means that you remain conscious but conscious of nothing. And you are lost in the world of the book. You feel a kind of oneness with the characters of the book. You are absolutely lost in the world of that book, right? And sometimes it works like the water of the mythical the river, means you forget your pain, your problems for the time being, and you are transported into a fairyland where you forget your earthly world, that is a world of suffering and death. So to me, literature is like an intoxicant. Literature is the most beautiful phenomenon on this earth. It makes us, more sensitive. Life is not worth living, but literature makes it worth living. If we are insensitive, it makes us more sensitive. It cultivates the soft side of human personality. Right? So you can define literature in your own ways, and officially you can say that it is a written record of everything, each and everything, including science, political science, history, and mathematics. So don't feel that literature is confined to our subject, that is, English literature. There is literature in political science, there is literature in history and other subjects, right? But in our subject, literature includes literary criticism and literary creation. Is that clear? So in our subject, literature includes literary criticism and literary creation, both. Right. Now, literary creation basically, it includes everything. It may be a novel, it may be a play, it may be a poem, it may be a short story also. Fine. Now the question is, which came first, criticism or literature? Criticism or literature? Right. Now the simple answer is that literary criticism is born with literary creation. Why? Because criticism is the very part of literary creation. So criticism is also something, creative. And that's why I'm saying that criticism is the very part of literary creation. Is that clear? Now, some more basic things for you people. Uh, Try to understand the difference between an artist and a critic. An artist and a critic. See, an artist judges life, and on the other hand, a critic judges art. Say, for example, Shakespeare, the author of Hamlet and Macbeth. So, he is an artist, and as an artist, he judges life. Try to have a look at Macbeth and Hamlet, and you'll find that both the plays deal with, common human, feelings and passions and emotions. Is that clear? And A.C. Bradley or some other critics, they basically criticize, or they basically appreciate, I mean, they observe the plays of William Shakespeare, so they can be called critics. Fine. So an artist judges life and a critic judges art. Then, an artist follows the dictates of his heart, and on the other hand, a critic follows the dictates of his reason and logic. Right? Then we can say that an artist colors the life with rainbow hue, but on the other hand, a critic brings forth people to admire that rainbow. So here lies the main difference between the two. An artist colors the life with rainbow hue, and a critic brings forth people to admire that rainbow. Right? So simply you can say that Art is the representation of life. What you find in Hamlet and Macbeth, that is the representation of life. Whether you talk about, you know, procrastination from the side of Hamlet, or you talk about, over ambition of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, and some more things like hallucination and somnambulism in Macbeth. So this is basically the representation of life. Fine. Again, if you try to have a look at the plays of William Shakespeare, you'll find that his characters act and react and behave like we people, I mean, like the common people. So they love like us, they hate like us, they are ambitious like us, they are envious like us, they are jealous like us. So what I'm trying to say is that art is the representation of life, and criticism is the critical analysis of this art. Right? Criticism is the critical analysis of art. Right. Now, from this point of view, you just can say that an artist is the first critic. Why? Because he criticizes life with his imagination and observation. So, from this viewpoint, an artist can be called the first critic. Fine. And you know, a good critic is one who inspects the work of art and who finds out its merits and loopholes and who puts them before the readers, before the public for appreciation, for appreciation. Now there is a question for you people, and the question is very simple. I hope you'll answer it in a very easy manner. See, you all know that the basic aim of literature is to provide pleasure, and later instruction was also added, right? But basically, literature came into entity just to please, right? Now my question is very simple. Why do we analyze anything? Why can't we just enjoy a book we read? Getting my point. I mean, what is the need of criticism? Why do we criticize any book when getting pleasure is the primary aim of literature? So why can't we read a book simply, and why can't we have pleasure from it? Why do we criticize it? What is the need of criticism? See, the answer is very simple, and the answer is that, it has been given by Socrates. He says that the life which is unexamined is not worth living. That's why criticism is necessary, because criticism means, to analyze something. And, analyzing something means getting deeper meaning of a text. So analysis is necessary to increase awareness and understanding. And dear students, without criticism, we cannot evaluate the real worth of a work of art. That's why this criticism is necessary. Right? So I'm coming with the second clip in some seconds. Hello and good morning to all of you. This is my first clip.